So you
I'm used
post
to it.
so much about like infused water mixes. And
Yes.
like it's all over again. So what's your favorite? And you have to give everybody watching a recipe.
Okay, so the OG very effective water is water with cucumber, lemon, mint.
Okay.
It's the OG. Make it nice and cold.
Yeah.
It tastes really good. You can have it sada also if you want, if that's your thing. But I like one not so good habit, I guess, is like I love cold water.
Yeah.
But cucumber, lemon, mint. The second one that I really like is ginger, lemon, apple cider vinegar, chia seeds, and a little bit of honey.
Okay.
That's also a nice one. And then, this is not infused water, but it's one that I have at night. It's a hectic one. It's hot water with ajwain, jeera, sauf, sabza, pudina, and maybe one more thing that I'm forgetting.
Well, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, and you like just boil it, and it's like the best digestive
like cleanser.
drink you can have. So it's a great one. And then those are my standard.
Okay.
Those are like a part of my daily life. Like
Okay.
if you see where's my sipper that has my pudina water in it. Like it's my thing that I love.
Okay, so we're going to talk about like holistic wellness
Yeah.
now. It's just because, you know, people often look at it as segregated parts, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll work out, but I don't need to do much about like, say, where I am emotionally. Like
Yeah.
you said, like if you're feeling good, every experience in your life, holistically in your life kind of balances out.
100%.
So what are some of the, because this word again, right, when you talk about self-care,
Yeah.
it's overused and overhyped and not enough explanation has gone into it. So what are some of your self-care rituals, if you may, when it comes to being mentally, emotionally, and maybe spiritually more aligned?
Keep checking in with yourself.
Okay.
Your body knows what it needs and what it wants, where it's lacking and where it's thriving. You just need to be able to have that sort of equation with yourself where you can look inwards and see where the discomfort is coming from.
Correct.
A lot of the time, self-care isn't eating a healthy meal. A lot of the time, self-care is eating a whole pizza because it makes your mind feel good in the moment because you want it and you deserve it because you've been good throughout the week. So why the hell not?
Yeah.
You know, so self-care manifests in different forms depending on what it is that you really do require in the moment. Self-care can mean going and getting a massage, and self-care can also mean having a much needed conversation that you've been putting off with someone. You know, so there are so many different manifestations of how you can take care of yourself, and it's so individualistic and specific that the only real common thing that I can give as a piece of advice or something that I really do use is actually look inwards. Your body will know what it needs. It'll know what it needs to do.
Like ask.
Ask your body.
Yeah.
And whatever makes you feel uncomfortable, that's what you need to deal with first.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's so many little things that we set aside that just become these little uncomfortable balls that just like stick around in your stomach and they're just there.
Yeah.
Always there. And that little discomfort is there because you haven't addressed those things. You haven't dealt with those things. And you don't have to deal with them all at once. But I think dealing with those little things bit by bit clears up a lot of space in your body and mind. And it allows you to really enjoy other aspects of your self-care as well. I feel like if I go and get a great massage and a steam and I have one of those days, it's self-care. I'm giving myself love. I'm giving myself all of that. I'll go and meditate also afterwards. I'll do all of these wonderful things.
It's basically need-based. It's what your body or your mind is asking you in that moment, in that space.
Correct. But
Yeah.
if I've done all of this, but when I go back to my phone, there are 8 things that I need to send approvals on. My accountant is telling me I need to pay off this GST and this TDS, this has to be sent. And my mother is saying, when are we going to do this? This family member needs... I'm going to be just as stressed out after doing all of this as I was before it.
Correct.
Deal with all of that. Deal with the little things that are stressing you out, whatever you can.
The things that you kind of put off.
Things you
very
put
often.
off.
Yeah.
Those
Okay.
are the things that lead to this overwhelming discomfort that slowly seeps in.
Yeah.
And the more discomfort happens, the less you want to look at it and deal with it. That's the funny part. It's not like the more urgent it becomes, the more you want to do it. The less you want to do it.
Yeah.
So get rid of all of that. That is honestly the first step to self-care is finish all the things you've been avoiding. Have all the conversations you've been avoiding. Everything that you can do that you've not done, do it.
Correct.
Finish it.
Yeah.
Then only can you really enjoy the rest of your self-care. And then the rest of your self-care, look inwards and ask your body what it needs. Your body will tell you what it needs.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've discussed all of these very many
Yeah.
facets, right? And, Laya, we've been talking about food, fitness, and balance. Like you spoke about infused waters and mindful eating. But let's be honest, eating clean and shopping for groceries can really add up. So for this, I use my HSBC Live Plus credit card. It gives me 10% off on all my grocery spends.
Yeah.
So what's your low-cost self-care hack? Something simple but effective.
Build a fantastic relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
is-
that's like there's nothing.
That's the epitome of it.
Yeah.
That's the epitome of it.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm asked about self-care or mental health, I will always say this because I feel like even if I reach 10 new people with this, it is something effectively done. There is no better substitute for your relationship with your mind and for your mental health than becoming your own best friend. And it doesn't matter how many great friends you have, or how supportive your family is, or how positive the rest of your life is. That relationship with yourself is the most important relationship you will ever have in your entire life. And it will dictate how you behave, it will dictate how you feel, it will dictate how you react, it will dictate who you marry, it will dictate what kind of daughter you are, and it will dictate what kind of parent you are.
Yeah.
It will dictate and run every aspect of your life. The more you are able to be best friends with yourself, the more reflective you will be, the more introspective you will be, the more self-aware you will be, the more kind you will be, and the more effective and efficient you will be. There is no substitute for having a fantastic relationship with yourself. Do that, and together, you and your body and your mind and all of you guys will figure out all the other things you need to do.
Yeah, it'll just kind
come.
of flow. Yeah.
Because you won't be doing it alone.
Yeah.
You won't feel like you're doing it alone. You'll feel like you have this team with you that wants nothing but the best for you, that cheers you on every second of every day. And it's honestly fantastic.
And inexpensive.
And
No-
so
no
inexpensive.
ritual.
You have to do nothing.
Yeah.